Are you tired of living paycheck to paycheck? Do you dream of financial freedom? Look no further. In this video, we will reveal the 8 laws of money that will pave your way to riches. And this all starts with law number 1, mastering the art of living below your means. Now, for a majority of people, it may sound simple, but this is the cornerstone of building wealth and how to get rich. The money that you bring in minus the money that you spend gives you the third bucket of what you have left over. This can mean that you can invest, that you can go ahead and save, you can put money into tax advantage accounts, you can pay for education, you can literally do whatever you want with this money. This is the way that most people do get rich, is saving money and living within their means. Now, to accomplish this, of course, creating a budget. Number 1, making sure that you go in and creating that budget. Also putting things in your budget. You have to know where every single dollar goes, but also things that you love to do. If a budget is too strict, you're not going to stick to it. If you're not leaving money in there, let's say if you like to go to the movies, if you like to go out to eat, put that as a line item. As long as it works in the budget, you can put that fun money or play money in there, making sure that you're going to stick to that budget. Then, of course, looking at cutting unnecessary expenses. There's a lot of wiggle room when it comes to the budget. When you can see it on paper, when it's clear where all your money is going, you can move a few levers, you can change a couple buckets in there, moving more money into those needs categories or lowering your expenses to give you, again, that third bucket with a lot more money. Law number 2, the power of wise investments. Now, of course, diversification in your portfolio is vital. If you put your eggs into one basket, possibly you could see a major downturn. And if it is in the sector or if it is in the individual stock that you haven't invested in, chances are you could wreck your financial future. This is the reason why we really spread our investments across stocks, bonds, real estates. Me personally, I say this all the time. We only invest in ETFs. That way we are really doing the risk mitigation across our entire portfolio by investing in all different sectors. Also with this, you have to have a good understanding of what risk is and exactly what your risk tolerance is. So if you're into cryptocurrency, chances are you have a much higher risk tolerance. If you're only buying bonds, chances are you have a very, very low risk tolerance. Now, investing overall is a very long game. I mean, when we talk investing, we're talking 7+ years that you're putting money and making contributions in there. Patience and consistency is the key to really building up that portfolio. Law number 3, embracing continuous financial learning. This is really huge when it comes to me personally. Watching YouTube videos, consuming content, Dave Ramsey, Andre Jink, but also looking at a lot of different places, reading books, reading blogs, staying updated to marketing trends. There are so many things to being well informed when it comes to the financial education piece. You have to stay on top of it, and you have to know what you're talking about or what you're getting into. When you're following market trends, economic news, you're going to know what is going on. Right now, the Fed has kind of leveled out rates. They're thinking possibly this year we could see some rate reductions, which means knowing that rate reductions could be on the horizon, CD rates are going to be going away, savings rates are going to go away. But in addition, if you're looking for a mortgage, if you're looking for a loan, if you're looking to borrow, if the rates are going to start this year to actually decrease, you're going to get those loans at a much cheaper rate, which of course can save you a lot of money. So hold tight and see exactly what the Fed does. Now, knowledge is power, especially when it comes to knowing and utilizing it when it comes to money. Law number 4, diversifying income streams for financial security. This is a huge one and a big reason why we got into YouTube. And if you like the content that we're putting out, definitely subscribe to the channel. But the diversification of income stream, you don't want your job to be the only income stream that you rely on, because the problem is the wages that you get for your current position or whatever job you're in usually don't outpace inflation, the depreciation of the dollar, a lot of different factors in there. A lot of people also do have to supplement income to get by. A lot of this comes from not budgeting properly. But overall, when you're looking at multiple income streams, if you have a job, if you have a side job, if you're getting dividends from a couple different places, really passive income that you can get, whether it's property, investing, whatever it may be, you're taking your money and you're generating more money. That is really the big thing. And a lot of people don't understand that there is another side to the borrowing aspect, to where if you're borrowing, if you have a mortgage, if you have a car payment, if you have credit cards, if you have all of this, you're paying interest every single month that you're borrowing that money, meaning that you're giving your hard-earned money to financial institutions. On the flip side, financial institutions are willing to pay you in the form of it could be dividends, it could be interest, it could be a bunch of different things depending on what you own, but they are actually willing to pay you for the money that you let them borrow or even owning those companies. Making multiple income streams is huge. Law number 5, the magic of savings and investing early. The earlier that you invest, the more time you have compounding interest and the magic that it brings to work. Now, if you're starting off at 18 years old, you're putting away 15% of your income. When you look at all of your working years, they're estimating you're going to have $4 to $5 million in an investment account through compounding interest if you're working on an average basis and if you're working at an average salary. Of course, there can be a lot of variations with this, depending on how long you work, where you work, whatever. There's going to be a lot of variations, but even small amounts can grow into very significant snowballs over time. Regular contributions, making savings and investing a habit, consistency is the key. This is how you retire a multimillionaire, is being able to invest and invest on a regular basis. Getting into law number 6, stay away from bad debt. That is right. What we really consider bad debt, not all debt is bad. There's high interest debt, credit cards, which of course are crippling not only your financial health, but also the financial well-being pretty much of the entire nation. With over $1.13 trillion of credit card debt, the rates are 22% roughly plus, which is kind of crazy to think how much money we're paying in interest. High interest debt, you have to pay it off. You have to get rid of it. Regardless of what you have to do, even if you use, Dave Ramsey's baby step strategies, save $1,000 in that baby emergency fund, then push every penny with the snowball method right into debt, eliminating it as soon as possible. You have to be very cautious with credit cards, high interest loans, especially if you have damaged credit, because it is the ultra expensive way to borrow anything. Now, good debt, on the other hand, looking at a mortgage can be like an investment where you see your house depreciate or appreciating. So actually gaining in value can make a really big difference when it comes to how much you have and also the big asset. When you look at the thoughts of the modern day millionaire, which means that your net income is north of $1 million. Me personally, I like the $1 million in investment accounts. It sounds a lot better than, hey, my house is worth 500K and I'm including that in my calculations. Number 7, value time as your most precious asset. This is one of the resources that you are never going to get back. This is the big reason why I always look at the calculation. If you're an individual that is making $25 an hour and you're paying $100 in interest every single week, you have to work 4 hours every single week just to cover that interest payment. That is not what you want. The time you're spending at work, away from your family, not doing something you like or enjoy or love to do, it is really eating away at your life itself, because time is something you are never going to get back. Effective time management, planning, financial education, knowing exactly having goals are going to be huge. And then, of course, the balance. The personal life, your financial well-being have to be kind of in balance. You don't want to be the individual that is now 75, 80 years old, unfortunately didn't plan properly, and now you're going back to work instead of enjoying those years that you should, even much younger than that, where people are retiring at 45, 50, 55 years old. It is really about financial planning, budgeting, and knowing exactly how much that you're going to spend. And the final one, law number 8, setting and achieving those SMART goals. Now, SMART financial goals, of course, refer to specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Setting clear goals. This is huge. When you look at your retirement goal, how much money do you want to have in there? When you even look at a shorter term goal, if you're buying a house, if you're saving for a wedding, if you're looking to send your kids to school, there are so many things. You can also set clear goals when it comes to debt, where let's say you have $4,000 on a credit card. I want to knock that out in the next 6 months, staying on track, making a record of how you're going to pay that off, being very, very specific. That is the most important thing. When I talk to a lot of individuals through the financial counseling, most of them will say, I want to get rid of debt. Great. What exactly does that look like? Well, I want to get rid of debt because I want to pay it down and I want to have money. Okay, well, let's get specific. I have $5,000 in debt. I want to get it gone in 6 months. I have to allocate X amount of dollars for that. Is it achievable on the income that I have? Yep. Do the numbers. Absolutely. It's time bound. I have 6 months to knock out this debt. with what I have means that I'm going to be cutting everywhere to achieve this goal. And the final one with this, reviewing and adjusting that SMART goal. Of course, there could be real life things happen, emergencies do come up, but making sure that you review and really adjust that goal on a regular basis. So guys, these are 8 laws of money to get rich. Have to apply them now. You really do have to. And honestly, if you do them like I have, fundamentally, if you are sticking to these, you are going to be very successful. You're going to have a very easy, low stress life, in my opinion, because you're investing on a regular basis. You're seeing a return on your money. You're not spending all your time at work, and so many other things can come from this. That is going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.